It's a lot of damage, a lot of tools, and I do want to keep my eye up topside because that really is the coin flip. And I want to see if Leakai can etch his name there in the topside alongside all of our incredible carry players that we've seen this split.
Absolutely. The scary thing here for Beyond Gaming is they have a dominant topside. If you look at the skirmishes, you look at the early game power spikes, Aurelia, Lee Sin, Ari, you can't get much better in drafting that triple combo. So, you know, that's the inherent difficulty of a SEM9 game plan is I feel like they are naturally put behind in lane by the picks, but then they have to find ways to be aggressive and proactive when it comes to these objective fights. We're going to be taking a look at the summoners here. Minji going to go for a much more defensive setup, not taking the electrocute or the ignite here. Just going to be... I honestly feel like this is a little bit too defensive in my mind. It's almost hard to snowball.
I mean, he's got the spell book, though. In fairness, he's not going to have to deal with it forever.
Yeah, so I think what this shows you is that most likely Beyond Gaming going to look to just hard camp Leakai. You know, if you don't really get the combat keystone or summoners in the mid lane, you're probably going to focus on top.
Makes a lot of sense. We'll see what the game plan ends up shaking out to be. As we get underway, Leash is happening both on the bottom sides of the map. And Arashi, we did compare the junglers, I think, very fortuitously this game because they should have a pretty big impact. Husha almost always does. I remember back to Spring Split, this guy was popping up out of everywhere doing things like, I don't know, Rek'Sai, just getting big plays in the mid lane. And could be possible that he's going to try and help snowball Minji a little bit, but the top lane, that would be the focus that I would expect to see. And I think for Arashi, maybe they can make a play down on the bottom.
Caspiel finding some good Winter's Bite onto Owako there. And, you know, level 1, pretty common to see this just being pushed in on the side of Alistar. So SEM9 going to have a good start that way. And taking a look at the jungle pathing here. Husha, very interesting, actually going for the bottom side instead of the top. Leakai hitting level 2 first.
There we go. Good dodges out from No Name, though. I think No Name is going to have his work cut out for him. Talked about his Darius game, didn't quite work out, but you got to give him credit. No Name is definitely able to at least tangle some of these top-tier top laners. Also dodging around.
This is interesting.
I think they just see him.
Yeah, they have to assume that Husha could be in all places here. A really nice pathing from Husha. I'm not sure if they know the ward was there, but okay, he's finally going to show here.
Yep, there we go.
Should be overjoyed about that.
Good information shown early on in this game. Arashi, yeah, both junglers just kind of been matching cadence across the board. No more shenanigans, but now with Husha on the level 3, I think we can expect to see that play you were talking about coming soon.
Yeah, it's a straight trek into the top side, and No Name should know about this. Good side tip.
There we go. Nice. There's the hop. He does take a little extra bit of damage. Just moves out of the range of the Sonic Wave, and he is able to stay alive. All summoners to boot. Arashi getting more time on the jungle, so he's a slight bit ahead.
Yeah, does get an extra camp there. You know, No Name definitely knew that the Lee Sin was coming, so he was on high alert. And we have an interesting roam from SEM9's bottom side. They had the pushing lane against the Alistar from the start. And we also had Beyond Gaming's bottom lane playing pretty safe because they didn't know where the Viego was. And Lee Sin also into the top side. So a good find here by SEM9. This is always where it gets exciting when you see SEM9 coming out of their lanes doing just fine.
Absolutely.
Husha?
No Name almost on that Gnar bar, but Husha is backing around as he cancels the back. I think this could be a little bit of a rough timing. The hop, the crunch, and oh, there we go. First blood. Husha's going to claim it on the execution.
Yeah, beautiful stuff coming in from Husha. He got the red buff slow, and even though No Name was able to get the W right off the bat, it doesn't really help him afterwards. I feel like he could have saved his flash in that one. Was a dead man, and if you look at top lane, yep, this is where it's at. You know, your mid bot are all defensive summoners. You might as well try to snowball these guys instead.
Yeah, and this is the thing about picking an R. Like, yeah, sure, it's a takeaway from Leakai as he's just played it so many times, but it is situational. You have to play well around the bar. You also have to be careful of not going too far forward, otherwise you risk falling behind. And against a carry, a snowballing carry, the level advantage Leakai already has here does get a nice trade-off with that boomerang, but There's so many dashes. The Blade Surge, you have to be careful.
And you can see that No Name already taking pretty defensive stats. Goes back to pick up the call. I actually feel like No Name has had, you know, very good positioning throughout most of the trades that we've seen here. Like, he's been able to dodge out on Leakai, on the E for the most part. The only one he didn't dodge out was the gank, unfortunately for him. But the positioning and just you saw the nifty footwork there to walk past Leakai and get the double hop through. I actually feel like No Name has been a very solid NAR player.
Yeah, I think it's going to have a lot more value as the game goes on, right? You can tell he's definitely looking to have that impact later, the coal buy. You know, you want to get that gold for later item buys down the line. And everyone else on SEM9, they're going to try to hold out for a little while. You know, they have neutralizing picks, defensive picks. At least they have a pushing bottom lane, but we'll see if they're able to execute on it. Husha can go for the wraparound. I don't know if he was spotted on that control ward, but he's played just around the edge. Now he is. This is something SEM9 have done really well, is tracking the Lee Sin.
Haven't seen any ganks just yet. Actually, we did see one top. Sorry.
Outside of that, though, since right, like this is 6 minutes, you expect to see at least have like 2 or 3 ganks at this point. So they've been able to hold him. It's not a bad start.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we're getting to the point where SEM9 do have that Frozen Tomb combo online, so they could choose to use that on the most likely the top side. I think both sides are going to go for the top without the cleanse.
Okay. Dodo's taking a little bit of damage. You can see Caspiel actually getting stunned up, and they will get a little zoned out of lane for the time being, especially with Husha sniffing around, actually soloing onto this Ocean Dragon. Something you can do as the Lee Sin. Completely nice uncontested.
Just great trading by Wako. He goes in and he also picks a moment where Shidu and Caspiel are not stacked together. So we didn't see the Guardian actually being proc right there. And now we have Beyond Gaming going for their patented 4v2 play. Let's see if SEM9 can sniff this out. No pings just yet. Arashi is going and now they spot it.
Yeah, here we go. Into the headbutt pulverize, nicely comboed, and what a beautiful execution. Caspiel will survive for the moment, but they've already de-aggroed on the tower, and oh dear, they're gonna go in, look for the execution. Arashi already a little bit too late to the party. The double kill comes through for Wako, and Arashi, he's just gonna be fed right in for another one. That one claimed by Husha. Kino tanks another tower shot, but they get everything. Beyond Gaming down bottom.
Oh, it's just such a beautiful execution to watch there. Everything was used to perfection. We had to come in WQ combo onto Shedudu, make sure that he cannot spell shield anything, followed up into the charm here. So Shedudu actually pops his spell shield way too early. Kino sees that. He gets the 2-man onto the WQ. Absolutely beautiful. They reset the aggro, walk back after Caspiel has the door down, and then they go in for the chase down kills. Arashi, he has that Heartbreaker, and he doesn't even get to use it. That's just so beautiful by Beyond Gaming.
Yeah, I also think Arashi probably should, the moment he saw that it was going to be, like, at best, 2v4 extended, he should have walked away from that one, left Caspiel to his fate. But Beyond Gaming, they capitalize, they get 2 kills. Now, second onto Husha, and 2 more onto Wako, who picks himself up the Noon Quiver and boot upgrade as well. So Zeri already off to a flying start. Husha's going to be a threat, and Beyond Gaming, man, when they pull off those 4-man dives, it's beautiful to watch.
And they always love to do this when Alistar is level 5. Usually people get pretty alerted when Alistar is level 6, but level 5, a lot of times they let down their guard. Seen this play from Kino a number of times. Let's see if he can pull it off.
There we go. Lazar is going to move away. Lazar did a bit of a quiet lane, which I think he's going to be pretty happy about that. But his job is to try and neutralize somebody. He hasn't really had the opportunity there. Yeah, I think it was pretty bold of you, Clement, to say that Enzo is the best support potentially in our league because it's another stacked pool, right? Like Kino, can't forget this man. He was quite a lot of the reasons for some of Dago's successes in the laning phase, and now he's doing the same thing for Wako.
True, but I feel like this meta is not really in Kino's wheelhouse. If you look at the picks that he's great on, career-wise, Leona and Lazar, where are you? What are you doing?
Trying to dash away, but no, followed through. Well, it may not be his meta, but it certainly is his champion here. This Alistar paying up huge dividends. as Wako claims yet another kill. And meanwhile, they'll even look for more. Arashi going to be isolated here as he
Gets the
tries
flash.
to walk through the Vanguard's edge. They do get the flash out, and Herald taking claim. They don't even need to go for the kills. Beyond Gaming, 5 unanswered.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Lazar was doing. If Beyond Gaming is missing, they're clearly doing Herald, and the bot lane is walking up. So, I feel like that was just an inexperienced mistake coming in from Lazar. They're almost guaranteed to be right around that corner. So, he gets picked off. I don't think he should have been there anyway. And that's going to be the mid lane tower, traded for only 2 plates in bot.
Yeah, really good trade. Beyond Gaming now. 4,000 gold the lead as they put that in the bank. Lazar, he got caught in a word clear and just completely gets decimated. Even burns his flash, but Kino, eyes on the prize, follows him through, body blocks it out. Nowhere for him to go as that stasis ends. And, oh boy. Beyond are off to the races here, Clement. They're looking pretty good, feeling great about their opportunities. This is a must-win game, of course, to try and get a better position in the standings. Hope for a better playoff seed than they're aiming for at the moment.
I do want to say they're still in the running for a perfect game. I know it doesn't mean all that much, but it's always
true.
Fun to keep track of.
It's true. They got the dragon, they got the tower, they got 5 kills. Nothing answered by SEM9 just yet. I believe SEM9 did get perfect gamed earlier the split too.
I'm not 100% sure on that one, but
It was either that or it was Doish teams. One of those teams. Might have been by the other. Could have been Doish team.
Oh yeah, I remember that SEM9 game where they almost crushed Jewish team without getting up a kill or something.
Yeah, it was close. It was very close for sure.
Wako gonna get
Wako's
stunned.
actually caught. Okay, but there's no follow through. I mean, another thing about Zeri, you can threaten the mobility, right? You can always go over the wall with Spark Surge, and now Kino and Husha are here, looking for another collapse. Wave is cleared though. Shidodo with Kraken Slayer, a little bit more of a threat than before.
I think Shidodo is using his spell shields a little bit liberally, as I'm not sure he's gonna get that one as Ari comes in. That's a very long cooldown. Shidodo just has to back out.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you feel very safe with the Sivir because of the spell shield, but if you use it, all of a sudden that tool's gone. It's a very long cooldown. As you mentioned, you have to be careful here. So Lazar sitting on an award, so is Arashi, but at least aware of it and clearing that one away. And Beyond Gaming have absolutely no fear as they move into SEM9 jungle.
Well, Lazar actually
lands onto the Viego. This is going to be huge. They get the combo, and Arashi stays alive for a little bit, but Wako tries to finish him off, does actually manage to cleanse out of the exhaust, and they just start picking off SEM9 members into the second tier tower. Meanwhile, we got a split screen play because Leakai and No Name were duking it out and having a battle of their own.
Oh, Minji with the prediction on Caspiel. Caspiel gets caught after the flash, walks back in, and gives up another kill. So Beyond Gaming just full court press. They're going to take this tower down. They're going to take the Drake. This looks like a pretty tragic ending to SEM9's split so far. Just no damage on the team to get anything back. You can tell that Arashi is trying to rush for heavy damage builds by going for this Blade of the Ruin King first.
And Clement, we're still on track for the perfect game. It's going to be second brick as well. We already had that first in the mid from the Shelly charge, and that's pre-plate fall. Oh my god, 2 level difference here between Wako and Shidodo. That is a fed Zeri.
Yeah.
Fully completed, I mean, it's the boot difference, but he hasn't even back to buy. Now, No Name, that Narbar is praying for it, but can't quite find it. Leakai opens up, finds the solo kill with the Blade of the Ruined King. You know, Caspiel might even find each other, but that's not going to make too much of a difference. 14 minutes are about to ding, and Beyond Gaming still on track for the perfect. Plays don't count.
I'm really trying to think how SEM9 can find a first kill, but it seems so hard at this point because, you know, Wako, the most fed member, starts the Immortal Shield Bow. He's well protected. He has his own cleanse. We're going to take a look at the topside trade here. No Name already down to half HP, gets tagged by the mid-jump, allows Leakai to reset the queue. It's actually a fairly simple chase down. But one of the most OP things about Aurelia is just how long her auto attack range is. It's actually a 200 range with those floating swords, which means that she can get that Blade of the Ruin King stack really easily. Caspiel caught up again. Goodbye.
Once more, Caspiel going to get shredded through pretty easily. They can get the stun with the charm. CC City here onto SEM9. Only Lazar is going to be able to get out, uses the Ice Claw to do it, but he is not going to be the win condition for this team. It's a glacial path, but to where? I don't think victory is the answer. 15 minutes, still on track for the perfect game. Teleport comes in.
League don't you throw this?
Himself outnumbered here. If he does, you don't want to be the first member to lose. And League going in, finding Jidudu 1v3. I think he might be out though. No, by time. Dash's Blade Surge is still going. Gets the kill. He will not go down. The Aurelia outplay. The cavalry has arrived going forward. 1, 2, 3 kills. Beyond Game and still on the board. And SEM9 shut out.
Oh, League was so close to giving SEM9 hope right there, but the cavalry squad here from Husha arrives, gets the shield down, and look how happy League is about this situation, you know. We have to say that for this guy, this split was not a guarantee that he was going to be the starter. We had a couple games from Young coming back in, League finding his stride, getting some confidence before postseason. I'm definitely happy for him.
Yeah, no, took a very aggressive matchup into the Gnar and has definitely shown up. And like here, you have to think he's a dead man. Yeah, he's got level advantages, but through the teleport he sees trying to back away. Jidodo looking to cut him off as well. But he just has so much power. He's so much sustain. He buys a ton of time, burns through Jidodo's spell shield. He knows help is on the way, and all he has to do, yeah, perfect. Just nails the two-member flawless duet, and it's away we go.
Oh, those skill shots landed were so important because it gives him the reset on the Blade Surge, which also gives him healing. And he was able to stay alive, get that Conqueror proc over and over again, did 4,600 damage.
Is it fair to call that a team fight? It was 1v3 and then he had allies. I feel like this is a bit of a bamboozle on the graph.
It was more like a 3v3 gone wrong, but oh man, Leakai's damage through that, just the amount of resets he got, that was really fun to watch.
Yeah, this is Aurelia, man. I feel like it doesn't matter how many years pass. Every time this champion comes back into vogue, you kind of look at it and be like, those numbers are bonkers. Guess what? Better nerf Aurelia.
Don't let Morello see that play. Please, nobody send it to him.
Nobody. This is a very old League meme, by the way. Again, we were talking about cursive earlier. It's from about the same era. We're doing throwbacks tonight.
You know, it was kind of funny, man. I was in LPL in the China office, and our PM was the actual person. He said that he suggested the Aurelia nerfs.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, that's interesting awakening.
He was a really good player. He was a Tryndamere player, and he did not like Aurelia.
Oh, well, that explains it. That explains everything. Yeah.
Caspiel.
Oh my goodness, big three-man knockup. Oh boy, Lazar trying for a play. They don't want to get perfect game, but Lightning Crash might say otherwise here. Wako is unstoppable as he looks for the extra auto. Lazar will finally find it into the back line. Lee Kai is not going to let himself be outdone by any 80 carry, and all of a sudden Arashi, the last man standing. 18 minutes. We might be in for a record setter here, as it's 18 minutes and they're breaking the base. Shelly's coming up inside the base. Are we going to get a Rift Herald dancing tonight?
Okay, we need to get 2 historical records at the same time. Nobody died, get a perfect game, also the fastest game. Come on, Beyond Gaming, you can do this.
Okay, Shelly taking the damage. Looks like the charge. That's going to be the last hurrah, but this is going to be it. 18 minutes and 20 seconds. An absolute slaughter. Kino doesn't die. They just need to end it on the Nexus right now, but they want to pad those stats. Kino flashing away. The Nexus will fall, and it's a perfect